Well, would you look at that? It looks like Iran and Israel have already come to a ceasefire agreement. That didn't take long. That was a quick World War III. All y'all who were complaining, on the left, to the right, I can't believe y'all. Y'all actually thought that Donald Trump did not know what he was doing? Are you serious? Have y'all forgot this quickly that this is the same man who did tariffs in April and everyone thought the world was going to end? Oh my God, it's over. It's over. The stocks crashed and everything just for him to do something brilliant like, oh, we're just going to pause it for 90 days. Everything shoots back up through the roof, stocks through the roof. Everyone's making money. Y'all need to understand. Donald Trump is playing in 4D chess. I mean, he clearly has his ducks in a row. Everyone else is just playing checkers at this point. All those influencers and the people on the left and some people even on the right were just talking all that shit along with the biased media about how Donald Trump doesn't know what he's doing and he didn't ask permission. He has no idea. Just for Israel and Iran to just come to a ceasefire. They don't want none of this bullshit. Just like that. Peace through strength. Donald Trump knows what he's doing. And y'all just were bragging and just going, oh man, now y'all got to eat that humble pie.
I keep telling you guys. I mean, how many times do I have to keep saying this? Winning and winning and winning. That's Trump. Hey, everybody. So, I think today is a great day. Okay. Let's get into it. So we know that Israel made like a very calculating move. They began launching what they claimed was a preemptive strike on Iranian nuclear facilities. And you know, Tehran, they didn't flinch. Within hours, retaliatory rockets painted the skies when you see it on the news over Tel Aviv and other areas of Israel, and even the Golden Heights. The region became a pressure cooker again. Okay, so, but this time it didn't stay just local. It didn't stay between Israel and Iran. The U.S. got involved in it. During the past weekend, the U.S. sent B-2 bombers striking deep into Iran's nuclear infrastructure. The president described it as a surgical and decisive. Iran did respond. It wasn't really the best by launching missiles at American positions in Qatar. Some intercepted, some dangerously close. Trump did say that Iran alerted them before launching those missiles, so that was a good thing. But here's the best part. Here's the icing on the cake. A ceasefire. Okay? It was a phased halt to hostilities. First Iran, then Israel, and each stepping back under diplomatic pressure and sheer exhaustion. The White House called it the end of the 12-day war. So this is something that I think that this is going to make President Trump look like a hero because, and you know, the Democrats will probably say something like he didn't get authorization. It's so funny that they asked for authorization, but Obama sent, how many places did Obama bomb? And, you know, Democrats didn't scream about authorization at all. So Trump had all rights to send in those B-52s into Iran. But now the best part of it all is that there's a ceasefire, and now I believe talks can begin again, because basically those B-52 destroyed a lot of those nuclear facilities. So now they can talk about other things like energy, oil, all that stuff, and more of peace. How can Iran live with Israel? Now, the Gaza Strip, and don't get me wrong, I'm not really knowledgeable in this field. I just know that Gaza must be addressed, because right now the Palestinians have nowhere, and from what I know in history, before it became Israel in I think it was 1948 or something like that. The place used to be called Palestine, which was controlled by the British, and before that was the Ottoman Empire ruled Palestine for like centuries. Like it was for a long time they ruled Palestine, but the land was Palestine. And then when the British took over, they gave the land to some people who said that that land belonged to them, I guess from Abraham or something like that. And they gave the land to Israel, which then left the Palestinians outcast. So this is what I want to talk about also is now that there's a ceasefire, everybody's looking at Trump as he's a hero. And I'm proud of President Trump for this because he truly believes, like Reagan, peace through strength. And he took a big gamble, but this came out so, it was like it was well planned out. And now Trump and his administration, they're going to look good, and they're going to make their rounds on the network, and we're going to hear the explanation, but they're going to look good on this. But what I want to talk about is there actually peace? I see there's a ceasefire, but will Iran really respect that ceasefire? Because as long as the Palestinians don't have their land back or is still out, just wandering the earth with nowhere to go, feeling like they're being treated less, I feel like it will never end. This is a war that has gone on for far too long, and for some reason, it seems like it's never going to end. So, you guys let me know what you think, but I feel like, even though it's a ceasefire and it's making President Trump look good and everything, and I'm proud of him, he's my president. However, I don't think this war is going to end. I think it's going to cool down and everything is going to be peaceful, and then barrage of rockets and so forth will happen again because Hezbollah and so forth, they're not going to stop. They are not going to stop until there is no such thing as Israel, and the people feel like they can then go back to it being called Palestine, or it's controlled by Muslims or Arabs. But I just feel like this is short lived. We're gonna enjoy it now, but later it's gonna be back to business as usual. So let me know in the comments what you think, okay? But right now this is a day to celebrate.
All right, and Blaze, I do want to ask you about this because as we talk about it, a very fluid, dynamic situation taking place right now. We are now hearing from President Trump that Iran and Israel have agreed to a ceasefire, and I'm going to read this statement to give you a little bit of time to also kind of come to terms with what this means. And this from the president saying, "Congratulations to everyone. It has been fully agreed to by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their final missions. For 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the end of the 12-day war will be saluted by the world. During each ceasefire, the other side will remain peaceful and respectful on the assumption that everything works as it should, which it will. I would like to congratulate both countries, Israel and Iran, on having the stamina, courage, and intelligence to end what should be called the 12-day war." And this is a war that could have gone on for years, destroyed the entire Middle East, but it didn't and never will. God bless Israel. God bless Iran. God bless the Middle East. God bless the United States of America. God bless the world. This coming in from the president. So, Blaze, that happened very quickly, calling for that ceasefire. What's your initial reaction?
Well, I think this is a clear demonstration of peace through strength, and the role that American might plays in keeping our country and the world safe. It was the U.S. entry into this conflict, the demonstration of both the capabilities that we have and the will to use them, that I think has led to this possibility of Iran backing down, and also of eliminating the rest of Iran's nuclear program, which now enables this conflict to end. So rather than the World War III and the possibility of endless wars that many were concerned about, it was the U.S. use of force that really made possible peace in this case, and it's hopefully a good outcome for the United States and for Israel now that Iran has largely been defanged.
So I wanted you guys to hear that. What he said was the truth, and I do support that peace through strength. So peace through strength. The idea behind the peace through strength is that a nation can deter aggression and maintain peace by demonstrating credible military power and the willingness to use it if necessary. And I think President Trump at this time followed those ideals and to make sure that Iran is not have nuclear capabilities. It's a strategy that's rooted in deterrence theory. If potential adversaries believe the cost of attacking is too high, they're less likely to act aggressively. So, for example, Iran could have continued trying to bomb American outlets and continue bombing Israel, but because they were just too aggressive, that was just too strong for Iran, and Iran don't really have the capabilities to keep up with the American forces and the Israel forces. So instead, they retreated, agreed to a ceasefire. So I think that was a smart move, and we're going to continue doing that. But now this sets the stage for America, because when Biden was the president, we had all kind of flunkies running through the military, and we just did not look ready and capable. But with Trump in office now, for some reason, we look strong. We look like a country that is ready to defend its allies and to defend itself, both foreign and domestic. So I am in full support of peace through strength, and I think that even down to Democrats, who are probably some of the worst leaders ever, they really need to follow that ideology.
What's up, y'all? What y'all doing? Trump, when I tell you you are the man, you're the motherfucking man. You're the man. We have a permanent ceasefire between Israel and Iran. Trump, who did you talk to?
Just seconds ago, the president went to Truth Social and typed this. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire. Complete and total ceasefire is what he typed.
Yep.
America, we are strong. Peace through strength, man. Yeah, baby, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Trump, you the man. You the man. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I was doubting Trump for a minute. Just a little bit. Doubting him. But he came through like the man he is, okay? I tell you, America is strong. We is strong, okay? Ain't nobody fuck with us. Iran, you didn't want this smoke. You did not want this smoke. Democrats, can y'all calm down now? Calm the hell down. Talking about impeachment. Impeach this. Trump ain't going nowhere. Especially after this victory. He ain't going nowhere. But I'ma hold on. I'ma hold on for celebration. Because you never know with Iran. They might have something up their sleeve, okay? Because they said that they might have moved some of their, nuclears somewhere else. You know what I mean? But that could be a lie. Allegedly over here on this channel. But Trump. A motherfucking man. That's all I got to say.
I mean, I was against the bombing, but fuck me, that worked really quick. So Iran and Israel have agreed to a ceasefire. Like I said, I was against the bombing of Iran. I was against Trump on this, but it worked. So I'm not afraid to admit I was wrong, but I will say that I was right about what Iran was going to do. Because people kept saying, oh my God, is Iran going to retaliate? And I said no. Iran was going to puff up their chest, they were going to shoot some fucking missiles, and then they were going to come to the negotiating table, which is exactly what they did. Like, they threw a fucking hissy fit. They were really upset about losing their nuclear sites. They shot a bunch of missiles at Israel. They shot a bunch of missiles at Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. And then they came to the negotiating table. So, yeah, I mean, that works for me. No U.S. casualties, no U.S. damage, destroyed all of Iran's nuclear capability, and now Iran's going to be working out a peace agreement with Israel. I'm going to be real with you, that's a lot of winning in just a couple fucking days.
World War III! World War III! Damn. You guys must be so fucking embarrassed. And in this span of like 6 hours, he has gotten it to a ceasefire on both sides. It's so funny too, because as soon as Trump posted the ceasefire, the mainstream media is posting and all of these Democrats about how Iran and Israel haven't confirmed it and that it's a lie. It's like the TDS is so bad that you literally cannot fathom Trump doing something good. It's so wild. I don't know about you guys, but this is a fucking job well done. Handled the mission, no American casualties, and there's gonna be a ceasefire. You're really saying,
Oh well, they hid their uranium somewhere else. They have a hidden nuclear facility.
bro, they can't even hide their top military people. No, you guys hate peace and you really wanted to go to World War III. Like, you wanted boots on the ground so bad. That's why instead of panicking and going crazy and running around with your head cut off, you should just wait and see what happens. And also,
so you can see that people are excited about this, because I know I'm excited about it, but I am gonna still not. Trump said that this is gonna be a ceasefire, like peace, like forever, and I kind of doubt it, because this war has been going on for so long, and they have not reached an agreement. And I think just like when Israel have a ceasefire with Hezbollah or something, they wait maybe 6 months or something, and then here come Hezbollah attacking again, and then they're going back and forth. So I really think that it was a smart move on Iran to agree to a ceasefire, but I think that they're going to sit back, wait, and then they're going to begin the attacks on Israel again, because like I said, they feel that Israel does not belong there. The land was stolen from them and they want it back. So this is still, to me, going to be a war that's going to go on past Trump, past the next president. It's just going to continue on, because I honestly don't see an end in sight. So, but until then, let's celebrate this victory right now, because President Trump continues winning. And when Democrats thought that they had him, with this phony baloney, he didn't get authorization from Congress, and World War III, right there and then, on a Monday, he put a stop to it. So I'm happy. I'm happy for the president. I'm happy for America. I'm happy for Israel. I'm happy for Iran. And I'm happy for the Middle East, because now we can have a little sense of peace. We can really take things back, and maybe the Abraham Accord, they can be included in on this. And really, then we could probably see some type of everlasting peace. But I don't really see it, because I think they're waiting for Israel to be done before they call for everlasting peace. But this is a day to celebrate. Guys, thank you for listening. Please remember, like, subscribe, and share this video. And please, if you need to reach me, you can reach me at themarcperspective@gmail.com. Once again, please share this video. Tell your friends. Leave a comment. If you feel like I'm wrong, please leave a comment. We can have that debate. Until then, y'all have a great day. Peace.